Today, I'm going to show you how to install this light for your house. Myself, I'll be installing this in an alley. The alley is extremely dark and it's not safe at all at nights. So we need something to light it up. And even though it's small, it's actually very powerful. Here, you can see the IR motion sensor. What does IR mean? IR means that it will detect heat, specifically from people. So as soon as it sees heat coming from somebody, the light will turn on. When you open the box, this is all you get. You get the lights, some nuts that's not seen in this photo, and an instruction manual. Before we even install this, it's best to test it inside the house. That way, if it's defective, you can always return it. You don't have to waste time installing it and then ripping it down and then returning it. You really don't need to take this thing apart, but I'm going to show you how, just in case you need it to take it apart. On the left hand side, there's this screw, and on the right side, the other side, is the same screw as well that you can loosen and then take this thing off. Here you can see both screws are loosened, and then I can just lift the whole thing up. Now to test whether the light is working or not, I'm going to use Wago nuts. So this is the plug that's going to be going straight into the wall. We only need the black and whites. So go ahead and connect the black to black using the Wago nuts, and then white to white using a different Wago nut. Once both wires are connected, go ahead and plug this into the wall. And as you can see, it's working. The light itself is warm, about light orange color, I would say. It's definitely not white as seen in the specs. If you ever need to change the time, how long this light would stay on, then go ahead and hold this thing and rotate it counterclockwise. After rotating it, you can see this knob right here. Use a flathead to change the settings. To change when the light actually turns on, go ahead and rotate it clockwise to see the knob right here. Again, use the flathead to change the setting. Alright, now that we know that the light is working inside, let's take it out and install it on the outside. This is my light that's outside right now. It is not working. It's connected to a motion sensor. The whole thing is big, ugly, and it doesn't even work. So we're going to rip out everything and then install the new lights. If you have the same light, this is how you'll take it apart. Take a look at the left side. There's a screw. Go ahead and remove that screw. On the other side, the right side, there's the exact same screw as well, and remove that. Once you remove the two screws right here and right here, you can just pull it apart. Next up, remove this knob right here. Turn it counterclockwise using your fingers. If you can't remove it using your fingers, go ahead and use pliers, grip on it, and then turn it counterclockwise. You can see that I tried with my hands and it didn't work, so I used pliers and the paint strip. That's okay, I don't care. We're going to throw the whole thing away anyway. Once this knob is loosened, then you can pull the whole thing away from the wall. And you should see something like this. Hopefully you don't see something like this because this is definitely not up to code. There should be an electrical box, but this is definitely not an electrical box. For this video, I don't have time to convert it to an electrical box and do it properly. I'm just going to do it a quick and easy way and do it properly on another video. Oh yeah, I don't know why I keep forgetting, but you definitely need to turn off the power at the electrical panel. And for me, that electrical panel is in the basement. Once power is shut off, de-energized to this location, then you can start working on it. To verify that power is definitely off, I use this cool pen right here. For under 20 bucks, it can save your life. And it will make working on electrical stuff much less stressful once you know the power is definitely off. I was able to identify that this is going to the motion sensor, and this cable is the one that's actually providing power. We don't need this cable right here because we don't need the motion sensor. I'm just going to tape up everything. We only need this cable right here to provide power to the motion sensor light. Let's get back to the new light. Once you release the two screws, you can see what's underneath. It's the exact same setup, so go ahead and remove the screw. Now go ahead and slide the whole thing onto the holder and then lock it into position using the screw. To make this work for my ghetto setup, you can see that I removed the whole thing and I only need the case. Obviously there's going to be a huge gap, and I used the same foam that came along in the box. This foam will prevent any critters from going into the holes, as well as preventing water from leaking in. Wires from my mains are being fed through this hole right here. Once again, I'm using Wago nuts to connect to everything. So this black wire will be connecting to the black wire of the lights. The white wire will be connected to the white wire. And all the grounds to the grounds. The grounds from the lights will be the green. Once all is said and done, you should have something like this. Finally, you can press the lights into position and then tighten everything down with the screws on the left and on the right hand side. This is how mine looks once all is said and done. Now all I have to do is go to the basement, locate the breaker that I turned off, and then flip it back on. Alright, hopefully you found this video guide helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.